The first person to announce that President Donald Trump was headed from the hospital to home at the White House was the president. In this tweet at 2:37 p.m., he said in part that he'd leave, quote, at 6:30 p.m., feeling really good, don't be afraid of COVID, unquote. Asked for a response, the president's doctor had this to say.
I'm not going to get into what the president says.
What the White House physician would say?
We plan to get him home. It's been more than 72 hours since his last fever. Oxygen levels, including ambulatory saturations and his work of breathing, are all normal.
The latest development follows days of mixed messages from the president and his medical team regarding his health. On Saturday, the White House physician gave an assessment so rosy and inaccurate that the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, minutes later told reporters that the president was, quote, not on a clear path yet to a full recovery, unquote. And the next day, Sunday, the president's doctor had to admit what he wouldn't before, that Mr. Trump's blood oxygen level had dropped in 2 different instances, and he was put on supplemental oxygen. Why the president's own medical team deceived the public at first, his doctor tried to explain yesterday.
I didn't want to give any information that might steer the course of illness in another direction, and in doing so, it came off that we were trying to hide something, which wasn't necessarily true.
Meanwhile, the president made 2 different videos and took photos, all meant to convey that he was in good health. Also, the president has been on a triple medication treatment. Doctors gave him an antibody treatment, plus the antiviral drug remdesivir and the steroid dexamethasone, the last of which is usually used on patients whose condition is worsening. Still, the president went out last evening in a motorcade to wave at supporters who've gathered outside Walter Reed Medical Center, where the president had been since Friday. Supporters loved the brief drive outside, but the move was widely criticized for putting the lives of many people involved in danger. The president tweeted this response, quote, if I didn't do it, media would say rude. For right now, the president's doctors are saying he's on his way home, but they caution that this week will be vital to making sure that President Trump's health doesn't decline again.
If we can get through to Monday with him remaining the same or improving, better yet, then we will all take that final deep sigh of relief.
Now, the president has been tweeting all day long with messages mostly telling people to vote for him. As for him tweeting, quote, don't be afraid of COVID, close quote, thousands of responses are pouring in, many critical, saying that virtually none of the 210,000 Americans who've died from the disease had the kind of medical help that Mr. Trump has had.